Hi, welcome to Tsumego. This video would introduce you a very interesting topic. Do you know not every life and death problem considered as Tsumego? Japanese have a high standard towards Tsumego. I would say this some kinds of Japanese kudawari. The term kudawari means the pursuit of perfection. As a result, the Japanese do not consider all the life and death problems to be Tsumego. Let's get into the topic. Do you know? A Tsumego is considered as failure if there are two answers or more. Two answers are failures. Tsumego should be created like a maze puzzle. And in a maze puzzle, you could not find many solutions. If there would be more than one solution, then that probably won't be a good maze puzzle. And similar logic applied to Tsumego. There should only be one way to the correct answer. If this rule could be neglected, then any shape itself could be regarded as a Tsumego. Then the Japanese believe this would not be good. But as a Go player or a Go teacher, many of us believe that if a Go problem could help players to learn new Tetsuji or change their calculation, then that could be considered as good Tsumego. If the Tsumego author did not overlook the second solution, then it is not a failed problem. So, it's not important for a life and death problem to have more than one solution for most of the Go players. We don't care if the Tsumego have one or more solutions, but the Japanese do not agree that. In the magazine World of Tsumego, there is a guideline for creating Tsumego. It is written that Tsumego is a puzzle that questioning the life and death problem of a group of stones. The white stones must use the strongest response despite of the loss of territories. The strongest response means the most complicated one. In real game, we may not play the response that we will find in the Tsumego because it may lose more territories. But in Tsumego, we don't care about territories. We only care about the most complicated response. In Tsumego, we also preferred a one-way solution. But a one-way solution would be very hard to create. So at least, the first move of the solution must be restrained at one spot only. This would be the guideline or the rules for Tsumego. So not all the life and death puzzle would be Tsumego. There are some restrictions for Tsumego. For example, this question. The author of this question wanted the black to play this Tetsuji in order to kill the white group. After this move, the white could not make this eye as an real eye because this point and this point become a miai. No matter white play which one, the black could get another one. However, this is not the only solution for this Tsumego problem. The black could play a hane and then play a throw-in. This could also kill off the white group. Then, as there are two solutions, this is regarded as a failed Tsumego. To solve this case, white should add this stone. Then, black could only play here in order to kill the white group. See one more example. This is a very basic life and death shape, and there are two ways to kill it. The first one is to play the hane and throw in. But you could also play the throw in first. Both ways could kill the white group. In terms of real game, we usually like this one more, as we want to prevent white to become a center. However, in terms of Tsumego, as there are two solutions, this is not an acceptable Tsumego. If we want to make this to a Tsumego, we need to make some variations. After we move these black stones to here, there would be only one solution now. We could not play here first. If we try to play here first, then after white to block, black need to throw in and white could play the 4 to make a real eye here. We could only play the throw in first. After we played the throw in first, we could kill the white group. Then we could find a problem. Normally, for Go hobbyists or Go teachers, we don't care which one would be a good Tsumego or bad Tsumego. Both of the questions could help us train our skills of Go. Similar to this one. We don't care if there are two solutions for this question, as after all, we need to find the Tetsuji at this point, otherwise we could not kill the white group. We don't care if the whites need to have one move here to prevent double solutions. It seems not very important for Go hobbyists to care about this stuff, but for the Japanese professional players, they care about it. Let's see one more example. This is a very high down Tsumego problem, so I will not explain it here, but the first move of the solution is playing 1 here. After black play here and white respawn at this point, there are 3 possible choices for the black to kill the white group. In my opinion, I believe a Go puzzle could be divided into multiple of puzzles. This could be a Go puzzle, this could also be a Go puzzle. But in the rules of Tsumego, this is an acceptable Tsumego. As for the first move, there is only one correct solution. But this is not an acceptable Tsumego because there are multiples of solutions at this point. Personally, I don't think this makes a lot of sense. I think it is acceptable to divide a Go puzzle into different stages. But Tsumego don't allow multiple solutions. So the Japanese only accept this as a Tsumego, but would not accept this as a Tsumego. By curiosity, I asked professional players who is also a famous Tsumego author, Nin Kanketsu. He is a Japanese professional player. I asked him in Twitter that, is it necessary to keep the rule of Tsumego could not have multiple solutions? And in his reply, he said that he thinks this topic is personal. If the hobbyists don't mind solving a multiple solutions problem, then he don't think it's a problem. In the Encyclopedia of Life and Death, there are also various of problems that have multiple solutions or even have some problems that do not have any correct solution. He also suggested that it would be fun to create a problem that have multiple solutions and ask hobbyists how many solutions would be there. So even some Japanese professionals don't think it's necessary to insist the rule of only having one correct solution. However, he used the Encyclopedia of Life and Death as an example, and I also have that book. When I checked up that book, in the first page, I found something very interesting. In the first page, there is a statement in the book, which the translation is here. The examples are not Tsumego. So the examples in the book are not Tsumego. They are simulating the real game. So there are multiples of solutions. The Encyclopedia of Life and Death was written by Choyu, another very famous Tsumego author. He insisted the rule of Tsumego could only have one correct solution. He has strong views to this topic. And in the Encyclopedia of Life and Death, he has suggested that the examples in the book are not Tsumego. So here, we find something very interesting. Indeed, not every problem about life and death are Tsumego. That's how Japanese look into this topic. If you know about shogi, you would not be surprised by this statement. Because in the world of shogi, they have the Tsume shogi, that means the puzzle of shogi. For a chess puzzle, usually it's something simulating the real game. But for the shogi puzzle, they have various rules only created for the shogi puzzle. For example, in a shogi puzzle, it is always required a checking in a row. And the defensive side could use all of the remainder piece, because in shogi, after capturing a piece, that piece would become yours and you could use that in the future. So there are various settings in Tsume shogi, no matter in shogi or in Go. When Japanese trying to create puzzles of this game, it's not exactly simulating the real game. They are trying to create some specific rules for the puzzle. And as a result, For Tsumego, Japanese regarded the problems with multiple solutions as a failure Tsumego. No matter, it may be a good life and death problems that could help students to learn many tetsuji, or it would be very useful in the real game. Tsumego is not only talking about the effects in Go teaching, it is an art itself. Here, let's see some example. This is an example of a life and death problem. There are multiple solutions for this shape. For example, this would be a tetsuji. If black plays here, then white escape. There is only one eye. But if the black block, the white could play here. Still, there is only one eye. As after black play here, white could hit. There is also another tetsuji to kill this black group. The white could play here. And after the black play here, white could play the hane. If black play here, then white could also kill the black group. If the black block, then the white could play the hane. This become a band 3. The black group is also dead. However, despite of these two tetsuji, white could also play here to kill the black group. If the black try to make an eye here, then the white could hit and play a place in. If the black play the connect to enlarge the eye shape, then again the white could play here to kill the black group. Similarly, the white could also play here to kill the black group. They are all the correct solution. Considering the real game situation, it should be the best to play here, because this would be the most efficient way if you play outside to kill a group. But in terms of Tsumego, this puzzle is problematic. There are too many solutions for the problem. So, in terms of Tsumego, there are some changes. This became the version of Tsumego. In this puzzle, white no longer be able to play here to kill the black group. Otherwise, the black could play here. When the white play the hane, black could hit. Point A and B become a miai. So the white could only play the tetsuji here to kill the black group. Let's see one more example. This is also a shape with a multiple ways to kill. The black could play an attach here to kill the white group. After white play the hane, black play here, then black could play the place in. However, there are also other solutions for this question. For example, the black could play the hane and connect. This shape is a dash shape. If the white try to enlarge the eye shape, then the black could play the place in here. If the white play here, then the black could play the snapback. If the white play here, then the black could play here. The most tricky one is this move. But the black could also play here. If the black is not careful enough and play here, then this become a pawn. Be careful. But after black play here, this become a band 3 and the white dead. In terms of real game, it may be the best to play the extension here to kill the white group. If the white block, then the black could play here. If the white play the tiger mouth, then black could hit, and hane to kill the white group. If the white connect, then the black could just throw in. This is also a dead group. In terms of Tsumego, there are too many solutions for this puzzle. So, to make this to become a proper Tsumego, this liberty could not be played by the black. If the white have one more liberty, then the black could not use the extension or the hane to kill the white group. Because after the extension, this time the white could simply play here to make 2 eyes. Because this time, the black no longer be able to play a throw in to destroy this eye. Similar to the extension, the white could play here to secure 2 eyes. The only way for the black to kill the group is to play an attach. That's how you turn a real game life and death problems to a Tsumego. You need to make some changes so that there are only one solution left. But in terms of Go education, I don't think it's important to care about the principle of Tsumego. So Here, there's the conclusion. Tsumego is a puzzle that's questioning the life and death problem of a group of stones. Not all Go problems of life and death are Tsumego. For example, in the Encyclopedia of Life and Death, there are even Go problems that do not have a solution. A Tsumego will have solution. And in my opinion, although I highly appreciate the kudawari spirit of Tsumego, I think in terms of Go education, the amount of solution is not an important factor. If the problem could help us learn more, it will be a good life and death problem. So I won't consider a problem that consider of more than one solution as a failed problem. This because that's the principle of Tsumego. But not all puzzles are Tsumego. At last, I would like to share a problem. In a few videos ago, I have shared this problem. This is a famous puzzle that the whites trying to split the both ladder by one move. There are two solutions. The white could play here or here in order to play the two ladder. I have introduced this question in a few videos ago. You may check that out. Here, I'm thinking of one thing. In order to make this puzzle a Tsumego, can we eliminate one of the solutions so that either point A or point B become the only solution of this puzzle? If you have some idea, please share with us in the comment section. So that's all for this video. Thank you for watching and see you next time.